In this video, we're breaking down how wealth is really created over time. Most people misunderstand what actually makes someone financially successful. Today, we'll explain the real habits and systems behind long-term wealth. Most people think rich people become rich because they are lucky. Some think it's because they earned huge salaries. Others believe rich people have secret tricks. The truth is simpler, and also more boring. Rich people don't build wealth overnight. They build it slowly, quietly, and very deliberately. Let's start with one important idea. Income and wealth are not the same thing. You can earn a lot of money and still be poor. And you can earn a normal salary and still become rich. Wealth is what you keep, not what you earn. Rich people understand this early, very early. They understand that money coming in means nothing if money is also going out just as fast. Many high earners live paycheck to paycheck. Many millionaires live very simple lives. That difference comes from behavior, not income. Most people increase their lifestyle when income goes up. Bigger house, better car, more spending. This feels natural. It feels deserved, but it quietly traps people. Rich people do the opposite. They control lifestyle inflation. When they earn more, they save more first. Spending comes later, sometimes much later. This one habit creates a huge gap over time, a gap that gets wider every year. Another key difference is time. Rich people think in decades, not months. They don't ask, "How can I get rich this year?" They ask, "Where will this decision put me in 10 years?" That long-term thinking changes everything. It changes how they invest, how they spend, how they choose opportunities. Now let's talk about assets, because this is where most people get confused. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out. That's it. Simple. Rich people focus on owning assets again and again. Businesses, stocks, real estate, intellectual property. They don't chase flashy things. They chase cash flow. They want money working even when they are asleep. Even when rich people buy luxury items, they usually do it after assets are already paying for it. The car isn't the goal. The house isn't the goal. Freedom is the goal. Most people buy things first, then hope money somehow appears later. Rich people reverse that order. They build income streams first, then enjoy the rewards. Now let's talk about investing. Rich people don't invest emotionally. They invest logically. They don't panic when prices fall. They don't get greedy when prices rise. They understand risk. They respect it. In fact, many rich people love market crashes, because crashes mean assets are on sale. While others are scared, they are calm. While others sell, they look for opportunities. They understand that markets move in cycles, up, down, then up again. They don't try to predict every move. They don't chase hype. They focus on staying invested. They focus on time in the market, not timing the market. That patience compounds. Speaking of compounding, this is one of the most powerful forces in wealth building. Compounding means money earning money, and then that money earning more money. At first, it feels slow, almost disappointing. You invest for years and barely notice progress. But then something changes. Growth accelerates, momentum builds, and suddenly wealth starts growing faster than effort. Rich people understand this phase is coming. That's why they stay consistent. They don't quit early. Even small amounts invested regularly can grow into massive wealth over time. Another major difference is education. Rich people never stop learning about money. They read, they listen, they ask questions. They learn about taxes, they learn about leverage, they learn about systems. They understand how money flows and where it leaks. They don't leave money decisions to chance. Most people avoid learning about finance because it feels boring or complicated. But rich people know something important. Ignorance is expensive. Not knowing costs more than learning. Now let's talk about debt. Rich people don't avoid all debt. They avoid bad debt. Bad debt buys things that lose value. Good debt helps acquire assets. For example, using debt to grow a business or buy income-producing property can make sense. Using debt for lifestyle usually keeps people stuck. Rich people are very careful here. They ask one question: does this debt make me stronger or weaker? They also protect their downside. They use insurance. They diversify. They don't risk everything on one bet. They understand that staying in the game is more important than winning fast, because one bad decision can erase years of progress. Another big factor is mindset. Rich people believe wealth is built, not given. They don't wait for permission. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They take responsibility, even when things go wrong. Instead of blaming the system, they learn how the system works. They adapt. They adjust. They keep moving. They look for leverage. Leverage can be capital. Leverage can be skills. Leverage can be people. Leverage can be technology. They don't trade time for money forever. Most people do. Rich people eventually build systems that work even when they are not working. Businesses, investments, automated income. That's a huge difference. Now let's talk about patience again, because this is where most people fail. Rich people are willing to look poor today to be wealthy tomorrow. They delay gratification. They don't need validation. They don't need applause. They don't need to prove success early. They focus on progress, not appearance. Many wealthy people lived very normal lives while building their wealth. No luxury, no attention, just consistency. And finally, rich people surround themselves with the right people. People who think long-term. People who talk about ideas, not just expenses. People who build, not complain. Environment matters more than motivation. Over time, these habits compound, just like money does. That's how wealth is actually built. Not through shortcuts, not through luck, but through patience, discipline, and systems. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to my channel. I make more videos that explain money and wealth simply. Subscribe now and build smarter financial habits for the future.